What's old is new again. Hey, it's Chris the Batman statue collector. Welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And today we kind of have a multifaceted video today because we're going to be talking about a couple of things from our friends over at Tweeterhead. I actually just got off the phone with Chad from Tweeterhead, and definitely some big updates in terms of things going on with their company amid, of course, all of this tariff talk, which again is affecting every company out there. And so anyway, the big surprise today was, again, what's old is new again. We have one of their older pieces, the Joker, which was in 6 scale. I actually owned it. I was in love with it. I thought it was really amazing. I love the sculptor. Just absolutely incredible. And so I'm not a 6 scale collector though. And so I sold it, even though it pained me to do it because it was such a great statue. They've announced today, years later, like 7 years later, they're doing it in quarter scale. And that is very exciting for a lot of collectors. And I believe it was Sideshow who opted to have this particular version. And I've been told that they might be looking into doing some other ones as well. And so I think that's exciting. Maybe will they do Superman? Will they do other characters that they've done over the years? That's awesome in quarter scale. Obviously, they're the same files that Tweeterhead used for the 6 scale. So they're just going to blow it up into quarter scale size. And I think that's awesome because this was a really great sculpt. So we're going to get to all of that information here in just one moment. But I also want to talk about the other kind of news today. Tweeterhead did a newsletter updating people on the current situation. And that's really what I wanted to talk about first here. Obviously, with the tariff situation and with all of the shipping problems and all that stuff, companies, including Tweeterhead, including I'm assuming Sideshow and other companies, they're putting stuff on hold. Stuff that might even be already finished and produced is going to be on hold for the time being. At least that's what I've been told. Again, this is just from Tweeterhead and their side of things. So obviously, until things clear up, there might be delays. I think a lot of us in the community, we expect that to happen. We've kind of had this gut feeling that that's exactly what is going to take place. Does it suck? Yes. But again, we just have to be patient, right? We have to be patient. A lot of people right now are also, noticing other things, the store shelves being a little more empty and things. And so people are going out and buying things now in preparation for maybe there being less coming in. We see the news that there are less cargo ships coming in. I've heard 35% reduction this coming week. They're coming into the ports. And so that is a big deal, and it's going to continue to have negative trickle-down effects going forward. It's going to affect the truck drivers. It's going to affect the cargo people. It's going to affect the factories in China. We're already seeing this ripple effect, and again, we predicted it. We talked about it over the last couple weeks. But so they did address that there might be holds, right? Obviously, there could be price increases. A company cannot withstand 145% tariff on the declared value. They can't sustain that over time. Companies have come out, most of them publicly, and said, we're going to do this, this, and this. And that could be the case for a while, although I don't think that they can withstand it very long. So again, fingers crossed, this doesn't last very long. But some people think it might be 6 months. It might be longer. It might be until Christmas. Again, that's a big deal. Toys are not going to be coming in. There's going to be merchandise not coming in. There's going to be car parts. Again, I've talked to people in the automotive industry where they get their car parts from China. Those are not coming in. So, being able to repair your car. And I mean, just there's so many, again, negatives, right? Obviously, again, the idea was to maybe have manufacturing come back to the United States. Guys, there's never going to be a statue factory in the United States. There's not going to be a toy factory here. It costs too much. It would increase the cost and no one would be able to buy it. Same thing with Apple products, which they made an exception for the Apple components coming in because they said it'd be $4,500 for an iPhone. People are just not going to pay it. It's just flat out not going to pay it. So anyway, they did address that in the Tweeterhead newsletter, but also, again, this is big news, is that they are no longer going to do direct sales. Sideshow is going to completely handle all of their products. Now, Tweeterhead has done this before, where they did direct sales and they handed it over to Sideshow, and then eventually they did some limited sales themselves. Obviously, Tweeterhead in the last year has had a lot of issues with customer service stuff that they were trying to address, and they were trying to get caught up. Well, this will now eliminate all that. So if you have confidence in Sideshow, you're in luck, right? Because all products, let me repeat that, all products from Tweeterhead are going to be sold through Sideshow, including the bus. Okay, they've announced the Masters of the Universe bus line in third scale. They're obviously doing their Batman stuff and their DC superhero stuff in 1/3 scale. Obviously, a lot of that, though, is going to be on hold. I know there's a lot of stuff that Chad wants to show you guys, but he's going to kind of, pull back a little bit. I have been told that there are maybe a bust or two that are still going to be up for pre-order in 2025. But if they can't get stuff in, everything's got to be on pause, right? I get that completely. It makes sense from a business side of things. But obviously, Sideshow handling all direct sales, that also means Sideshow's impeccable customer service. And so I'm excited about that as well. Okay, so we got some good news coming, even though we're in the midst of some bad news. So again, time will tell how that all works out. But I'm excited that Sideshow is taking over some of that because, again, that will eliminate the negativity. And Lord knows we don't need any more of that right now with everything going on, okay? So with that said, I want to take a look at the Joker. Again, we saw it about 7 years ago, but it's going to be really cool again to see it coming out again in 25 or 26, whenever it's going to come out in quarter scale. I'm going to be getting one. I think it's awesome. I'm going to add it to my back shelf with my other Batman and Joker statues. I think it's definitely worth your purchase. So anyway, without further ado, let's look at the photos in case this is one that you might have missed. So let's dive right in. And again, this is an older sculpt, but I still feel like it looks great and holds up. It's got that great Tweeterhead look, that classic Joker. This one was sculpted by an incredible sculptor named Paul Harding. Big fan of his work. He's done a lot of work in the industry over the years. And I remember when this first came out, I was like, this sculpt is incredible. It definitely just reminds me of that Joker that I grew up with as a kid. And I think it's awesome because it's part of the Superpowers collection. That was the line that Tweeterhead had started. So I think that's awesome. This one is going to be shipping April of 2026 to June of 2026. And the price point on it is $805, which has, stirred up some controversy. People are like, why is it so expensive? It's a quarter scale. That's what the quarter scales are going for, anywhere from like $700 to $800 these days. Would it have been nice if it was $700? Sure, but it is what it is. It's $805, and so there's going to be people that want to pay it. There's going to be people that don't. But I think it's awesome. I think it still is one of the best Jokers out there. And for $800, again, I don't feel like it's that far off from any of the other premium formats that we've been seeing lately. Some of them have been marked up pretty high. From Sideshow directly. So I don't really see what all the surprise is. I feel like that's kind of where we're at. And maybe people were expecting more like old school Tweeterhead prices. But again, it is what it is. The link for this one is down below. It's already up for pre-order. If you're interested in this one, it does help support the channel. So thank you guys for that. But I'm very excited about this. Again, it's one of my favorite Joker sculpts. And I'm excited that quarter scale collectors are finally going to have a chance to own this beautiful statue from our friends over at Tweeterhead. All right, guys, so there you have it. What do you guys think? Are you excited about it? I'm sure 1/6 scale collectors are going to be like, oh, they screwed us over again. Literally cannot make everybody happy, right? There's going to be negativity no matter what. I think it's great. If you're a 6 scale collector, you're collecting 6 scale, right? And maybe you bought that Joker because you had always hoped it's going to be quarter scale. Buy the quarter scale if you can. Sell the 6 scale if you can. It is what it is, right? You either buy or not buy. It's up to you. I understand. But again, this is a very older piece. And I'm thankful that Sideshow is bringing it to us. And again, they have the right to do that because they have the quarter scale license, whereas Chad does not. So if you want a quarter scale piece from Tweeterhead, it's through Sideshow. So if you're happy about it, thanks Sideshow. And I guess if you're not, send them an angry letter or something. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your thoughts also on the tariff stuff that we talked about and the fact that Tweeterhead's going to be doing direct sales. That Tweeterhead's sales are all going to be done now through Sideshow. Okay? So anyway, I think it's awesome news. I think collectors are going to be happy with that. And again, let me know your thoughts. Okay? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I cannot thank you enough for continuing to support this channel, regardless of all the negativity, regardless of all the crap that's going on in the world. Thank you for tuning into this content, tuning in to what I have to say, and just being part of the community in general. It just, again, it means the world to me because you guys matter. And just thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Okay? And if you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you want to become a member, that also helps the membership tier, just helps the channel out tremendously. So thank you very much. There's just a join button there down below. And I want to thank specifically each and every one of the members that some of you guys have been with me for years as a member. And I cannot thank you enough. So love you guys. I'll see you soon in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.